Welcome to Maf Garage, guys, and welcome to 2021. As you can see, it's the middle of the night here, which means I'm about to do my next road trip. Where am I going? I'm going to the temporary garage that I was making mention to you guys last time, and now it's time to drop the secret. I'm heading off to Leprechaun Laboratory and catching up with Max and Rex, who have been so kind to hold Crustida and have offered their services to me. So the three of us now are working together to make sure that we get Crustida on the road and at Rocky Nats to take down this goddamn Trolvo. So let's do this.
Here I am, guys, at the Leprechaun Laboratory. So, while the boys are inside and fixing up other things and getting things prepared to bring Crustida in, I'm going to show you guys all those parts waiting to go inside Crustida. But first things first, we've got to go and rip the motor and the gearbox out of it. So let's do this. So here's Crustida up on the hoist, and we've already got the bonnet popped, ready to go. So we've just given a rundown for the guys on LepLabs, but just to let you guys know what's going on, my secret little Maf family. Over here are all the parts that are going inside Crustida. First off, Real Street. In here are some billet main caps. Ooh, yummy. And next, some spool conrods. And finally, some CP Carrillo pistons with the upgraded pins. These are actually a 1/4 inch thick. So these are rated to hold very high three digit, if not low 4-digit power levels. So this will be what we put into Crustida after we rip the motor out, take it to the machine shop and get everything organised. So Scotty, you better get your 2JZ ready. So we're almost good to go to get everything out here. As you can see, we've undone the racks. We've got all the other plugs and stuff undone. There's just one plug in the dash that's actually being a real pain in the ass right now. And no matter what I'm doing, it is not budging for me. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? There it is. So this particular plug right here, and you can see it's bent right all the way, but it's just not wanting to play ball and get through. But apart from that, everything else is ready to go. We'll drop the K-frame. So with that, guys, all it is just a simple few bolts here. So I'm going to go on underneath. Now, if you remember from the front end rebuild, got those 2 bolts there and those 2 bolts there. Yep. And then separate to that, we've got these 2 big K-frame bolts here. Okay. And got them on the other side as well. But we do them, undo the strut towers, and we're going to drop the entire motor and gearbox together. We've already undone the gearbox mounts and everything else. Everything's disconnected. It's just that one plug is being a pain in the ass. So Max has stepped in for me and trying to master it. But honestly, some of these JDM plugs are like working the black arts. It's just absolutely stupid trying to get one little plug out. Not fun, eh?
I've got that one.
Yeah?
We didn't done. Trying to get some more of these out. The rest of them.
This is getting really annoying.
Ooh, we're about to lift this out, but at the moment. There we go. Oh, and there she is, folks. Crustida's engine and K-frame is back out. Body going up in the air. This is the first time in 15 years that this car has had no gearbox and no engine. Bloody incredible. Well, we've got Crustida up there, we've got a frame there, we've got an engine there, and we've got a gearbox over there. So that means we're pretty much prepped to start all the transformation. I've got to take the gearbox over to Gilroy's, and the boys have got to send the engine over to the machine shop, and then we can... Huh?
Gotta pull it down.
Oh, we got to pull it down, but yeah, you know how it is. You just get through the rest of that, and then we can do all the other things. All right, so we've got the K-frame back in, and what I'm doing right now is putting the sway bar links that I got from America in. So we won't have to worry about this thing ever again. We can just remove that, cut it off, whatever we want to do. So all we have to do is just put that into that hole up there. See, right there. So it just literally sits like that in there, and we're good to go. And then we can push this out as far as I can tell, and we'll be done for today. Ow. Doesn't help that I smacked my head on the car. But yeah, we should be done for today. We're going to push this out and yeah, call it a day, and we'll re-attack this tomorrow. So we've just finished day one here, and as you can see, we've got an engine on the stand there. Boys are just cleaning up along with me. We've also got the gearbox down under here with the tail shaft, all the other driveline bits, and torque converter. Now, it would be at Gilroy's in the next day or two, but we've just found out that they're going to be closed until next Monday. So I might end up taking that home and giving it a nice little tidy up before I give it back to Gilroy. But in the meantime, I'm having a sleep at the hotel tonight. Tomorrow I'm back here. We're tearing down the motor completely, and we're going to go and inspect it and see what's needed and what other parts I need to order and bring in, because no use trying to build a motor with half a motor, you know. Anyway, let's see how we go tomorrow. All right, so it's day two. We've slept here in the hotel here, Blackbutt, at the Hotel Radnor. So I'm gonna go head off to the LepLabs now. We're gonna tear the motor down on the 1JZ. Also put the gearbox in the Veloster so I can take that back to Gladdy, because since Gilroy's is closed at the moment, I won't be able to do anything until they open. So it's going to give me a few days to sort of tidy up the gearbox and make it look nice and pretty. But apart from that, I'm just going to wake up, have some breakfast, and then we'll get stuck into it. So Max is taking away the cam caps here. We've broken the motor down a lot. And you can see here, there is a lot of crust and crap that came out of that water pump.
Definitely Crustida.
Yep. Like I said, rust and crust in here. This is why she is Crustida. It wasn't so much the body, but the engine. The fact that you've got an engine that sat here for over a decade because I decided to blow a turbo and struggle for 9 years to find a replacement, only to now go with Garrett GT 2860s. Don't you just love how we are always changing our minds? So yeah, we're just gonna take these exhaust caps off, pop the cams out, head off, and then the sump, and we'll see how much more oil comes out. But as you guys have already seen, at least 10 litres came out into my oil pan, so I'm hoping there's less than a litre that comes into this. Here is the entire head being laid out onto a table. So you've got your coils here, cam gears, all the bolts, harmonic balancer. That's getting changed to an ATI. all the lifters with exhaust, and now exhaust cam, intake cam, all the intake lifters, cam cover, and here comes Max with more lifters. So we're pretty much done now. Just going to do the rest of this side. This is what happens when you haven't moved an engine for 10 years, guys. Admittedly, it could be a lot worse than this.
Yeah, no, it's good.
But
So far, so good.
I'm just very fortunate that I shoved so much oil in it when I did pop the turbo. And just
Lifters all look good. Cam's all linished up.
yeah. That was the only thing I've been worried about so far. Was just whether that would work.
Way up to the cam.
Yeah, whether oiling it would work or not. And it seems like it saved it.
It's pretty good.
So as you can see here, a little. Fuck yeah, that's what I like hearing. Nothing's gone through the head. As you can see here, I think we're pretty good on the pistons here. It's just the gasket I've got to change. And then on the head here.
Head's good. Nothing's been through it. All looks pretty clean.
No major damage.
No damage. Bit sooty.
Yeah, oh, that's
Pretty
okay.
typical of standard ECU.
That's good. Especially when you're flooding it as much as we were.
Yeah, stock ECUs tend to run a bit fat when you start pumping a bit of boost in them.
Yeah. Or I'd rather it.
Yeah, well, that's why they're actually, you can use them.
Yeah.
You can't really even do that with
RBs.
ones.
So, here is the whole head setup. We're good to go. Time to inspect bores and that, which Rex is already onto.
Yeah, a few watermarks, but they've obviously, I think they've been on it for a while.
Yeah.
We're going half mil over anyway.
So that's the worst of it all.
They look alright though.
That looks good.
Like I said, it held.
So as Max is removing the last bolts of underneath the engine here, we can show you guys some of the motor here already. I think we've lucked out on the motor here, guys. All the oil has saved long-term damage and rust and crust and BS inside. Go down there. Definitely see it. So I'm going to put you back here and we'll do a moment of truth. So we're over here on the main desk for these boys, and I'm going to grab my turbo here. Show you guys what's up. She's right there. One GT 2860 RS. Alright, so Max is just removing the conrod now and looking at the bearings. Looks good. No real wear on them. Hell yeah. Oh, a couple little marks on that one, but nothing major.
Oh.
That's probably where you're seeing the metal shavings.
Nah, that
No?
wasn't that.
No?
God, no.
Oh, God. I hope it's not anything other.
That's not enough wear that it would come through anyway.
Mm. And now the piston. Yep, I see it. Yep, one entire piston. Yeah. That's what we're trying to work out here, Rex. It's like, where did it... Rubber.
No, but there are some hard bits. And they're cast, whatever they are.
So it's somewhere in the assembly here.
And one part is like a corner of something that's in that sump. I don't know what the fuck it is.
But we can safely say that piston and the con rod and everything are pretty good.
Yeah, journal's good. 1 of 6.
So what the hell is it? Let's see how we go with the other 5 here. But I'm really confused right now. How is anything coming out there? Here comes the last little bit here. We've got the crankshaft moving, able to lift out of its seat.
The old thrust cap can be a bit of a pain.
There we go. Thrust cap and the bearing. The washers. It's alright. I'll grab that.
That looks pretty good.
That looks like we'll
Thrust
go with it.
bearings look pretty good. Everything looks pretty good. Which is a pretty healthy motor by the looks.
Sounds good. Sounds good, bro. I've been freaking out for so long that, yeah, I might have had some damage from years ago. But, yeah, here it is, guys. A complete 1JZ torn apart end to end. And trust me, I have been so worried about the possibilities of what could have gone wrong with the Crustida motor from all those years ago. Thankfully, nothing major. Looks good underneath, looks good on top. So now we'll take the bare block here. We're going to take that over to the machine shop. Now, whether it's their one or my one, we don't know. It's just a case of whoever can fit us in first. So we'll see how we go with that. So if we have a look at the top of the boards here.
Yeah, a bit of watermarks.
Yeah, we just got some watermarks.
No scoring or anything though.
No.
No, they're good. Half mil over and
It's good.
good.
Yeah. I think the engine shop's going to like this. It's already lubed up for them.
they gotta wash it.
Yeah, I know. At least they know. It's not rusty and crusty and all the shit inside. Now it's clean up time, so I've got to put the gearbox in the Veloster, so that's going to be fun. But I've already played a little game of Tetris, so I think we've got the space there. So we'll see how we go, Max.
We can take the dipstick off. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a bit in the way.
Maybe. We'll see how we go. Like I said.
Rip it off.
Yeah. Oh, just turn it. Worst case scenario. So the car's loaded up. Gearbox and all the other crap inside it. Let's head back to Gladstone. So I'm back home at the Maf Garage. I've actually gone and said hi to the family and cooled down for a few minutes. What a busy 2 days that has been. I've got nothing but praise for Max and Rex. They have done such a spectacular job. I mean, it's beyond words experiencing what they do. It's blown my mind. The education has been awesome. The thing that's frustrating me is that I've had to sit back. Like, yes, they've allowed me to help in some areas, but at the end of the day, it's their workshop and I've got to respect their space. So for the most part, you will see me just sitting back and looking like a complete and utter dumbass, mainly because I am, but for other reasons, that is. But I've got to sit back and they've got to do the work. They've got to do the meat of this engine. That's why I'm spending all the money on these parts. That's why I'm spending all the money on this expertise. At the end of the day, you guys know this from day dot. I'm not a professional. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not anything you could think of like that. I'm building this car as best I can. With the past 5 months that have been ruined because of the real estate, all that engine program got thrown out the window and I've had to fast track it. The only people that I could really trust after months and months of exploring many options were Max and Rex. And my trust has been so well founded. The way that they have treated me, and not just me, every customer that I saw go into their workshop has been treated with nothing but class, respect, courtesy. It's bloody awesome. You know, these are the guys you want working on a car. You don't want to go into a backyard workshop and have people that don't care about their jobs. You know, it's like, oh yeah, here's another cookie cutter car, come in and out. No, these guys have cared about every single car I've seen them touch. And for them to show my Crustida the same level of love they're showing to all the other cars, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that, because not only are they helping their own business, they're helping my business. And at the end of the day, you guys know it's been pretty much ruined from the ground. You know, it's just the foundations were taken out of it. I'm lucky that I've got this now, and I'm going to be restarting it and rebuilding it all up. But in the meantime, with all this transportation, you can have a look at all the parts that have come home with me. And yes, I won this game of Tetris. So we have got the gearbox, we've got the cam covers, we've got the manifold, the intake manifold that is. I will be making the exhaust manifold at LepLabs in a few weeks when we go down there. This is going to be a case of me learning how to do this properly again for myself, and whatever happens, happens. I'm listening to their ideas and their philosophies, and they've listened to mine, and we're going to try and work it out where if it works my way, we'll go my way. But if not, we'll go their way. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Things might change here from now on. You know, like for me personally, I know that my issues come from my loss of knowledge. And these guys are certified engineers and they know their stuff. How can I argue against mechanical engineering? You can't, because the laws of physics and thermodynamics cannot be broken. So you got to listen to the advice that's given to you. And there's some things that they have suggested to me and said, you've got to do this if you really want to have the best chance of taking down Trolvo, if you want to have the best chance of having reliable horsepower all day. There's a lot of different things that go into it. And just the re-education from Max especially, and Rex in the background, just little bits, it's been mind-blowing. It just opens you back up like, oh yeah, that's right, or hang on, I know this, what are we doing with that, and we counteract. And so it's been really brilliant to be able to discuss and bounce ideas off them without having dismissal or anything like that. And then the explanations from them on what their theories are. And then what I've also seen is like, oh yeah, well I know this works. Yes, but this works better. What can we do to counteract that way working better? Can we work out a third way? Maybe. So you can't argue the laws of thermodynamics, but we can bend them a little bit, and we can work out different combinations that can work for this engine. So as far as I know, this ain't the end of the parts list that's coming. So you have to stick around. I think I might be eating ramen noodles for the next 3 months while the rest of the family is able to eat properly. Stay tuned. So Scotty, you better get your 2JZ ready.